Hello, this is Matt on the Moon Lambo channel. XRP active addresses surge by 178% as alts lead the market. XRP's leading the market, damn it. Do you remember what happened yesterday? XRP was looking pretty good. I'm going to run through this article. It's fun, and let me tell you something else here. I came across this piece from Bitcoinist.com, and it's titled, How Crypto Can Solve Payment Woes for Online Content Creators. And I thought, oh, this must be an article about Coil, which does exactly that. And it's not. But hey, it's Bitcoinist.com. You think they're going to talk about... I bet the people at Bitcoinist.com don't know what the hell Coil is, and that it's a second use case utilizing XRP. In production. I just seriously don't think they're clueless. Now, I'm sure most of you know what Coil is, but there's always new people entering the world of crypto and the XRP community. And Coil is a company building on top of the XRP ledger, which has come up with a third form of web monetization. So other than just having to come up against paywalls and pay for a subscription or endure ads all over your Webernet pages, there's a third option, which is streaming payments in real time. And this is now technologically possible thanks to XRP and Interledger Protocol. And so in leading through this, the points brought up here, it's a good question to ask. Okay? How crypto can solve payment woes for online content creators, all well and good, but I don't think they realize that the problem's already done tackled, all right? I don't think they're aware, but we'll get into it. Before I go any further, if you would please delicately tap that like button, and if you are a fan of Ripple and XRP and Coil, because we're going to talk a little bit about that today, go ahead and subscribe to the Moon Lambo channel. Because if you do, all of your wildest dreams will come true. Vote for Pedro. All right, let's hop in now. So again, XRP active addresses surge 178% as alts lead the market. Bitcoin finally pushed past its $9,000 resistance this past week, and the world's largest cryptocurrency was trading at $9,277 at press time. However, there is growing evidence that Bitcoin is reacting to geopolitical events. According to the Coinmetrics latest report, the report added, quote, adjusted transfer value increased by at least 20% for all 5 crypto assets in our sample, outpacing the increases in market cap. Bitcoin Cash's adjusted transfer value is relatively even with Ethereum's over the past week. Bitcoin Cash had a daily average of 217 million adjusted transfer value, while Ethereum had 234 million. And then the piece continues. Further, Bitcoin's transfer value dwarfed Ethereum and Bitcoin Cash's with a daily average of $11.9 billion. And the market ended the week on a strong note. However, the growth of the CMBI Bitcoin Index was the weakest of all other indexes. According to the aforementioned report, the Bitcoin Index reported returns of 9%. However, small cap assets are leading to the growth of the entire market. The report also noted that Bletchley 40 assets noted a 16% surge, while Monacoin, Zcoin, and BitShares posted returns of over 50%. Additionally, Siacoin, Zlika, and Nano registered returns of 20% to its users too. I'll tell you what, I'm having flashbacks, reading through this, I'm having flashbacks to 2017 when I was researching all sorts of coins when I just entered the world of crypto. Coins like Nano, which used to be known as Rayblocks or Ryblocks or something. It was some name that nobody knew how to properly pronounce. And then they turned it into Nano, which just makes me think of, remember the iPod Nano? I don't know why they did that anyway. But it made me think back to those early days when I was researching all these coins that don't really do anything. And here they are, a couple years later, just doing their best and potentially rallying because the market is so immature and doesn't know what the hell it's doing here. Anyway, the week was, in fact, an extension of an eventful month the crypto market has had. Crypto assets have been largely positive, and the Bletchley 20 mid-cap assets were reported to be the best performers. The mid-cap assets returned 70% in a month, while large-cap and small-cap assets were tied with 35% returns over the month. Now take a look at this. XRP's active addresses noted a whopping rise of 178.2% over the week, followed by Litecoin's minuscule 15.4%. XRP transfers also saw a 32.6% surge, with Bitcoin Cash noting a 13.8% increase. XRP's just been killing it lately. There is something going on here. People are clearly taking note. And as Brad Garlinghouse cited today in a tweet, XRP price year-to-date is up about 44%. That's Ripple CEO Brad Garlinghouse bringing the facts, bringing the fire. And it's not necessarily surprising, to see that there's that kind of rise associated with an increase in activity in terms of the addresses on this level. But it's certainly fun to take a look at. And another thing that I always love pointing out, and I don't have a chart for you today. There's not a new one since I don't know, somewhere around like January 21st or something like that. But I love to just continually see, despite naysayers of the crypto asset class and sometimes just XRP, despite the naysayers, XRP adoption continues. From a value perspective, both of the way Ripple's actually building out the XRP ecosystem, but even if you're just looking at in terms of XRP account activations, it's just this steady increase with occasional spurts, and it's very noticeable in charts. And I'm telling you, this thing is not going away. Businesses are actually using XRP today, and this is just the beginning. I think 2020 is going to be a very interesting year here. All right, now here's a tweet from All the Way 08, who tagged me along with Galgatron on the Twitters, and so shout out to you, All the Way 08. I appreciate this, and I enjoyed what you shared with me here. He wrote, WTF kind of bizarro world has crypto Twitter turned into, with a laughy emoji and a thumbs up. And again, he tagged me and that caught my attention. So I thought, okay, what's he talking about here? And here you've got Mike Dudas, who I would say is notably anti-Ripple and XRP. Very public about that his opinions on it. And I've covered him from time to time on the channel before, and I just disagree with his take on that portion of the space in general, anything having to do with Ripple and XRP. But take a look at what he wrote. So why did All the Way 08 say, what WTF kind of bizarro world has CT crypto Twitter turned into? Well, because Mike wrote this. Gotta hand it to Ripple. Signing big deals, seeing volume from Bitso, MoneyGram, and more. Intermex, which I covered yesterday, by the way, Intermex will utilize Ripple's on-demand liquidity solution that leverages XRP to settle cross-border payments. And so it gets to, and I kind of thought about this conceptually for some time, because I see that XRP is getting adopted, and so if adoption continues, I've always been thinking, okay, at some point, even the most ardent XRP haters out there, the most ardent Ripple despisers out there, at some point it will reach this inflection point where it's just an undeniable truth that XRP is useful, functional, and being adopted in a very meaningful way. And perhaps this is an anecdotal incident indicating that we're either there, reaching it, or maybe we're just very close with that. But he's actually not the only Ripple hater as of late that's been coming around. I don't even know if coming around is the right word, because I think that they don't like conceptually something that's going on here. I suspect. In terms of the way that this particular cryptocurrency XRP is being utilized. Perhaps that's it. I don't know for sure what's in their hearts here. It just makes me wonder. But Mike Dudas is not the only one that's been saying positive things here very recently. You also have Maddie Greenspan. So here's a couple tweets that I pulled up here. For Maddie Greenspan, and I've covered him on the channel recently, and I was interested to hear his takes, but I think that he needs to do, after covering him recently, I think that he needs to do a little bit more research into the correspondent banking system, the friction that individuals are experiencing when moving money around the planet. Just imagine if you're the end user utilizing, whether it's a remittance company or a bank to move money around the planet. It's kind of a nightmare. And he seems to think that CBDCs can do what XRP can do, which is central bank digital currencies, and it can't. And I've thoroughly debunked that, which I'm not going to do in this video. But so he could use a little bit more research on that, and he's been very anti-Ripple and XRP. And I don't know that what's in his heart. I don't know if there's some sort of other reason for that, or if he really just believes, no, I don't think that this is going to be adopted. But he's singing a different tune lately. Look at this. This is from. Technically yesterday, 11:58 p.m. I think the following tweet, though, I think it was from today, right? 18 hours ago anyway. So here's what he wrote, though. It's alt season. These types of random pumps are quite common. Fundamentals seem to have improved on XRP as well. And I love some of these comments. Like Harry, he called he's kind of notorious in the XRP community for having accurately called the biggest rise in the price of XRP in history, which started somewhere roughly mid-December, which ultimately ran up to almost $4. And so he wrote, "You're a wizard, Maddie," which I thought was kind of comical. And then somebody named Luna wrote, "Fundamentals, elaborate, please." To which Maddie Greenspan responded, "Well, not anything in a single day, but they have been making progress over the last few months. The MoneyGram deal, more financial institutions, transactions per second rate rising. The lawsuit is going as well as can be expected, and the new prospect of an IPO. All things that fans can appreciate." Yeah, I think that's reasonable and perfectly fine. But these are not historically the types of things that I've seen from Maddie Greenspan, so it caught my attention. A third notable anti-Ripple, anti-XRP guy would be Ryan Selkis, and I tried to pull up some of the positive comments from him recently, but I can't because he blocked me on the Twitters. He went on a spree. He was just blocking. I don't even know that I interacted with him. I don't think I did. I'd have to go back because this is probably over a year ago, and regardless, I can't see his tweets, but somebody made a screen grab, and that's how I'm aware of this, and tagged me in it, and I think I covered it on the channel, actually, within the last few days, but he was saying positive things about Ripple and XRP. So is it just the case that we're at the point where all the Ripple and XRP haters just can no longer deny the substantial successes that Ripple's having well, not just with RippleNet, but in terms of helping to promote a healthy XRP ecosystem and seeing the real-world adoption of XRP as a bridge currency? I mean, it's happening. It is, period, and it's just going to keep happening because it's actually useful, damn it, and nobody else is just doing anything that could remotely compare to it. All right, next, again, this one's from Bitcoinist. How crypto can solve payment woes for online content creators. One of the major reasons for the success of YouTube is that it enabled content creators to share in the platform's advertising revenue, allowing content creators to monetize the videos they create. This ability to get paid from the posts you make on social media set the platform apart from other video streaming sites. Other platforms like Medium have followed suit, allowing bloggers to get paid in a similar way. For people outside of developed economies, the ability to monetize content is much more limited. This is due to a much less accessible financial system. Many simply can't accept online payments and don't even have a home internet connection. Many stay connected via smartphones rather than computers. In many developing nations, a majority of the population is unbanked, does not have a debit/credit card, makes most of their daily purchases using cash. Even utility payments like electric, water, and telecom services can be paid at kiosks in cash. This presents an awesome opportunity for cryptocurrencies like Bitcoin to fill this void. Another greatly underestimated benefit of using cryptocurrencies is that content creators who have fringe views or unpopular opinions have been deplatformed and can also still monetize content. Now, these are all fair points. So far, the article is just fine. I will certainly acknowledge that. But of course, I think it's ridiculous. Coil's not in the conversation here, but they probably just don't know what the hell coil is here. And to think that Bitcoin could do this, I'm not so sure about that. Bitcoin's kind of not well suited for streaming money in real time. It's costly and it's very slow here. And they do go on to talk about the Lightning Network here. So here, let me read just a little bit more. Due to the massive growth in online censorship and financial deplatforming of controversial content creators, many different services and options have been created to help content creators accept Bitcoin and other crypto assets. There are options like Bitbacker and BitPatron, which allow content creators to accept crypto through a trusted third-party platform like similar to Patreon. BitPatron even allows Lightning Network instant donations and micro donations. Bitbacker offers a variety of different crypto donations options for content creators. Okay, fine, but enter the world of Coil, which is now on your screen. A new way to enjoy content. Experience web monetized content in your browser while supporting creators in real time. Yes, we're talking about streaming money in real time, XRP specifically. And take a look. So I'm going to scroll down here, and they have this little heading here, monetize your content online. We completely rethink the way people monetize content online. Whether you choose to post on our platform or on your own website, we make it easy for you to get paid for content online. And if you go down here, I just want to scroll, where is it? It's somewhere around here. This is kind of cool. earning with Coil. For those of you that weren't aware, I just thought it was a cool, interesting fact because it's been a while since I talked about Coil here. How do I make money with Coil? The more time Coil members spend on your content, the more money you earn. How much does Coil pay? Coil sends you payments roughly every second for each visiting Coil member. The current rate is 36 cents for every hour a member spends on your content. Think about that. 36 cents. That might not sound like a lot, but understand that you make it up in volume. If you have people going to your site, that's going to add up. Okay, it takes a while to read blogs or watch videos and all sorts of stuff here, and it's fascinating here. Again, Coil sends the payment every second. That was technologically impossible in the past. Think about the the amount of fees associated with transactions. My God, sending a payment every second? No. Oh, Lord. And then they have, what's a web monetization wallet and why do I need one? Web monetization wallets support a transaction protocol that allows them to receive streaming payments. To receive earnings from Coil, you need a wallet that supports web monetization. There are several compatible wallet providers you can choose from. And I remember the first time that I ever came, and it was very early days of Coil, first time I ever saw money being streamed, there was a little video clip, I want to say it was from XRP community member Tiffany Hayden, and it's just maybe, I don't know, it was a 20-second loop, and she was talking about money being streamed in real time, and it was XRP, and I just looked at that thing, and I was like, holy crap, it's like Netflix, but for money, It's just astonishing to me. And this is the world we live in now. This is all technologically possible, and most of the world doesn't even know this is happening, and they don't know that XRP exists or that it's being used for such a use case. It's amazing. XRP ain't going nowhere. That's my opinion anyway. But that's it for this video. I'm not a financial advisor. Do not buy or sell anything because of anything that I say or write. That would be a very, very, very bad idea. Until next time, to the moon, Lambo!